Hello, I'm here with my May TBR. I have a different plan this month with an actual set number of books, and I'm gonna try this again. I don't know if I'm ever gonna actually stick to a TBR, but I would like to do it one more time before I completely stray on it. So everything I've picked are things I've been thinking about reading for a long time, and then I also laid it all out in my monthly planner layout for kind of how I want things to flow. And right now I'm happy with that. Doesn't mean my mind couldn't stray tomorrow, but what I've picked, I feel like it's perfect. And also, if my camera is like slightly crooked, I'll need someone to leave a comment below, because for me, I feel like it's tilted, but I could be completely wrong. So we're gonna jump into this for my May TBR. All right, so I want to read 8 books in May. My goal was 8 books in April, but I only got to 4. My system was not gonna work. And also, I probably could have done better if I didn't start out so bad for the first 2 weeks, but I have a plan. I have 10 books on my TBR, only 8 to complete, and then I have 8 of the 10 laid out, but there's like a substitution process for half of them. So starting, to not make it more confusing because that doesn't make any sense, I have 4 core books that I want to read this month. So these are the 4 primary books I want to get through. So I'm going to go through those first. All right, so the first of those core 4 is The Bone Season. I'm currently reading this one for my reading vlog. It's May 4th right now. I am about 200 pages in, and I'm really eating this up because I was on page like 70-ish yesterday, and I've done this all today, and it's the 4th. It's Sunday, May 4th. This follows a girl named Paige Mahoney who works for one of the meme lords in London. And in this world, there's a Republic of Sion, that's how I say it, that might be wrong, and they've ruled for 2 centuries, and basically what they do is there are people that are just normal everyday people like me, and then there are people like her who are clairvoyant, and clairvoyant is broken down into 7 different categories. She is a very rare clairvoyant. She is a dream walker, and she works for a meme lord who is basically he's like part of a gang, kind of, I guess. I don't know if I should say that, but he's part of like kind of a group of the criminal underlord. He is a meme lord. His name's Jackson Hall, and she's been working for him since she was 16, and now she is 19. And this starts off with her in her dreamscape trying to chase this aura. So normal people I don't think they have auras, and then everyone clairvoyant has different auras, if it's blue, purple, red, and it kind of coordinates to the 7 classes. And she is chasing one in her dreamscape. She sees it, and she's trying to find this one that's unfamiliar. And it starts out with that, and then I'm pretty sure this is right off the back. She's gonna go visit her father, and on the way she ends up murdering one of I cannot remember the name of these people. Basically, it's kind of like, it's not a police officer, but there are people, I don't even think I said that, clairvoyants, they're like hunted down by the Republic. And she is cornered by 2 of them and attacks them with her dreamscape and ends up offing one of them. And she's on the run, and she gets captured, and usually you're kind of gotten rid of right away, but she is taken to where Oxford used to be, and there's this fallout where the place was kind of like shut down and nobody's allowed to go there, and there's this group of people that I would just kind of describe them as aliens. Technically they look like humans, but they're very different. But she is sent there because they're going to use her for her abilities, and they're not nice to people. And that's kind of the gist. But I love this book. I'm loving rereading it. I could read this all day, but I'm trying to kind of break up my day. Anyway, not the review, not the vlog for it, but this is so good. And I am loving it. The next 3 books are all Sarah J. Maas books. We'll do the rereads first. We have these two puppies. I want to reread these because I want to finish the series. And after this one, I haven't read anything. I think I'm just going to make a reading vlog with these two. So we got Hair of Fire, which is book 3, and the Throne of Glass series. This one has some tabs for like what I liked and some... Oh, we get Manon back. I'm so excited. Manon's one of my favorites. And then Aiden, I call him Aiden. I think his name's Aiden, Selena's cousin. I like him too. He's my favorite. But we got Hair of Fire, and they'll both be back in this book. And then the Queen of Shadows, I annotated the crap out of this one. This is book 4. This thing is just holy cannoli. Do I have, oh yeah, I do. My tabbing system. I think I even have the highlighters match. No, they don't. I thought the highlighters match the tab color because sometimes I do that. But this, oh, I'm so excited to read these, and I'm just gonna pop them back to back. I'm not gonna really say anything about these. These are super popular books. But even without that, it's a 3rd and a 4th. But I love these. I have the new covers in paperback, but since I've already written in these and annotated, I'm just gonna stick with reading them in this format. So those are the next 2 for sure books we're reading this month. And the last one is book 2 in A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read the first book end of last year. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I heard this one gets is like the most popular one, so I am excited for it. I don't know about anything that goes on in here, but I did like the ending of the first one. So I am excited to see this and like understand what the hype is about, but I won't talk too much about this. It's a second book, and I feel like most people know which one that. Next are the next 4 books on my TBR of those 8, but I do have these 2 that I can substitute out any of these for if I'm not in the mood for something here. I just can't substitute for the first 4 I talked about, which is why I have 10 on my list. I pulled off The Night Shift. I've owned this for a while, so by Annie Crown. When a college bookworm and a campus basketball star share a sexy encounter in a library stacks, things get complicated. I don't know anything about this one. I bought this on a whim probably a year ago. I don't know when this came out. It looks like it was a Wattpad book, but I kind of put this in here because as much as fantasy is one of like the top things I read, I do need breaks in between them. So I wanted to put one romance in there since I've actually been enjoying romance, and I think this one is cute. And I've been doing a good job of working on what I have on my shelf. So I picked out The Night Shift. I also have Christy Hanna's The Nightingale, which I was gonna make one of my core books, but as much as I want to read this, I like cannot prepare myself to read this. It's the same thing with Onyx Storm, kind of for different reasons, like, but I don't think I'm ready for what it's gonna do to me. So I will just start from the beginning. I have a bookmark here at 50 pages. I'm just gonna take that out. But The Nightingale follows 2 sisters during World War II. One of them is on a farm with her daughter and her husband goes off to the war. And the other sister ends up joining the resistance, I think. But it kind of follows both of those sisters that are separated and kind of what they go through. And this one's a hard hitter. But I really want to read one of her books. And I have read the first 50 pages and loved it. I even have some light tabs. I don't know if we can even see them. Ooh, my books are gonna fall. Oh, here's my laminated annotation system. And those are all the books falling off my lap. But that is a book I have on my TBR as well. And now let me pick up the other ones. So give me 1 second. Next, I have Frida McFadden's The Boyfriend. For the same, also, I'm a big thriller reader. And I have not read one thriller, and it is May. So I put this one on there. I also love Frida McFadden. I will read this super quick once I get going, but I thought this would be a nice break between all of these fantasy books. I don't know what this one's about. The little blurb says she's looking for the perfect man, he's looking for the perfect victim. And I don't know anything else about this book, and we will probably leave it there. She does have a new one coming out, the new one, The Crash, that came out that I want to pick up, and then another one. I think it's The Roommate, but I'll talk about those in the end in terms of book hauls. But I have that one on the TBR. And then the other one I would like to read is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. It Ends With Us is one of my favorite books, and I would like to finish this duo. I had the same feeling like with Onyx Storm and the Nightingale, where maybe not the same. It's more like Throne of Glass, where I don't want the series to end, but I'm ready to just get it done and know what happens and wrap it up. So I won't talk too much about this one because it is a follow-up of kind of Lily and Ryle's, they're co-parenting because Ryle's the ex-husband, and there's a lot more Atlas, and I love Atlas. So I have this one on the TBR. So those are kind of the 8 I have planned in my planner, but I do have 2 other books if I want something different, if I'm not feeling those 4 as my palette cleansers in between all the fantasy. And these are both thrillers. We got Layla by Colleen Hoover. That sticker has been on there forever. I've owned this for probably a couple years as well. I don't know anything about this one. I don't really know anything. I'm not even going to read the back. I'm just going to say this is one I can substitute out for if I want something I can get through quick, because I can read her books pretty quick. Colleen Hoover and Frida McFadden can really pull me right in. And then I grabbed Breathless, which I don't know why I want to read this in May, because it's very winter vibes. But this one is about a killer that's on a mountain. I don't know anything about this one either, other than it's a mystery thriller. And I got this one in 2022. I read Shiver and One by One by Ruth Ware, and I like that winter ski lodge setting kind of storyline, and they're both on ski lodges and include skiing. I don't know if this one does. This one sounds like it has a journalist. This one's Mountaineers, and this girl is following this guy on his record-breaking summit. And then I guess people start to die on the mountain. And that's really all I know about it. So really not the ski resort vibes, but it has those same wintry vibes. And for some reason I want that, so I thought I'd just throw it in case I want something different. So those are kind of my substitutes for my TBR. But those are the books. I think it'll be a lot better than what I did for April, where I just had like 20 or something, and I only read 2 off of there. And then I heard about Colleen Hoover's books being turned, more of her books being turned to movie. I think it's crazy that she has 4 books being turned into movies. Like, it's just like they all got scooped up, in a small time period, which, good for her. I do think she writes really nice stories, but I just think that's wild. Like, I've never heard of that, because it was Ends With Us first, and then Verity, and then these 2, and I'm really excited for Reminders of Him to be a movie. I'm looking forward to that. I don't think that's till 2026 though. But anyway, that is my May TBR. As far as book hauls will go, I did not buy any books in April. I did set a budget for books in May. There are 5 I think I want to get my hands on. Yes, because this is the month that I have it on my computer, but there are, I think, 3 of the 5 are new releases. So at the end of this month, a video next month, I'll have a book haul. I have slowed down a lot on my book buying, but the summer is when some of my favorite authors drop books. Like we have Lisa Jewell, Riley Sagar, Ruth Ware all have new books coming out. I think it's Devin Perry. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. She has a new book coming out next month. And then I haven't read One Dark Window, but that author has a new, I want to, but she has a new book coming out and I want that one too. But that's kind of a side tangent. So that was my wrap up. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to share, what are you reading this beautiful month of May? And I will see you next time.